to Ghosted, Gagged, and Gay, the podcast where we talk about everything queer, dating, love, relationships, the messy parts of that, the lovely parts, the sad parts, the happy parts, and everything in between. I'm your host, Lone, a relationship coach and a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. I work with gay men to uh, rebuild the relationship with themselves to so that they find the true love they truly deserve, the love they have been wanting. So whether you are stuck in a toxic relationship, toxic dating or relationship patterns, whether you have you always question why, what am I doing wrong? Or why does this keep happening to me that I don't find the right person or right people or the right dates, then I'm your person. You can always book a free call with me under rainbowjourney.co. Before we start, I would just like to say that I would appreciate it if you could support this show by giving it, like by commenting or following or like giving it a rating on different platforms on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon Music, even on YouTube. Um, because we have this space now to really share our stories and to make our voices heard, and we don't have so many of that, like so many places like that anymore, and they keep being shut down because there's not enough support, or yeah, but I'm trying my best here to keep it going, so any small help or support would be appreciated. Today would be, I'm without a guest this time, and today I would like to go through a story that was submitted to me from one of my followers, um, or one of the listeners, basically. And it's the second time I do this, so please always also support by sending your stories, your dating stories, like funny, weird, dramatic stories, and then we can share it also anonymously if you prefer that, and we can maybe give some golden or like nuggets of wisdom in between, if there is anything like that. Besides that, we will just share it and have a good time together. So I got a message in my inbox that made me actually laugh and feel a bit cringe. But then I like immediately texted my friends like, "Hey, you need to read this. Um, this is why we need like." And I told them like, this is why we need emotional safety. So before I start, I was, even though I shared it with my friends, but everything is anonymous. I took out all the parts that are not anonymous. And I'm also going to share that version with you today. Um, and before you ask, yes, it did start on Grindr. And yes, it ended exactly the way your nervous system is already predicting right now. So I received this email with the subject line, he said he was chill. So let's find out. Hey, Lone, please keep me anonymous because I'm still embarrassed. No worries. No need to be embarrassed, but also no worries. All the stories are anonymous. So I matched with this guy on Grindr. His profile was the classic no drama, chill vibes only. Looking for something real, but let's see. You know the type. He was hot, funny, and weirdly consistent at first. Like, good morning texts, voice notes, the whole thing. He even said, I'm not into games, which should have been my first clue that we were about to play a game. We moved to WhatsApp. After 2 days, he asked me for a selfie. I sent one. He sent one back. Then he said, you're even cuter than your pics. I felt my brain do that thing where it goes, okay, maybe this one is safe. We plan to meet for one drink. One, a normal adult drink. I show up, he's already there. He stands up, hugs me, and goes, wow, you're taller than I expected. Not in a compliment way, in a I'm recalculating my attraction in real time way. We sit down. He's on his phone, not like one quick text, like full on scrolling. I try to make conversation. He's giving me, mm-hmm, and yes, like I'm a podcast playing in the background, pun intended. Then he looks up and says, so what are you looking for? I mean, so let's pause here for a little bit. This is great, right? Like so far, things are great. Like even if it's on Grindr, right? So I mean, the first red flag, or not red flag, I would call it. This expression is very overused, even by me. So the first like stopping line where, or like the stopping point where I would be like, okay, be careful. It's still Grindr, like even if you are talking on Grindr, of course, I'm not saying everyone on Grindr is not open for something serious, but I would say like the majority, they're not. So maybe like be careful if you're doing a Grindr date. Don't give it so much hope at first. I mean, it's like guilty until proven otherwise. Something like that, on that line, along these lines when it comes to Grindr. But the other parts of it, it sounds amazing, right? Like they went to this cafe, and then this guy is like, "What are you looking for?" Like this is clear communication, like setting expectations in the right way, right from the start. I always encourage that. And then the guy who sent me this email, he said, "I say, honestly, I'd like to date intentionally. So like I'm open to something real." He nods like he's taking notes. Then he goes, "Same." I'm like, okay, so I mean, same, right? 2 minutes later, he says, "But there's a big fat but. I'm also super busy. Like I travel a lot, and I'm not really a texter, and I'm not into labels, and I'm not ready for anything serious." What? Lone, that's not same. Yes. Yes, that's not same at all. Like what the heck? Anyway, I try to stay calm. I tell myself it's just nerves, it's just the first date. Then he says, "You're not going to make this weird, right?" Okay, go. Leave the chat, like leave, run to the hills. Um, I laugh because I don't know what else to do. And I say, "What do you mean?" He says, like, and he leans in like he's about to confess a crime. Don't really, like he said, then I don't really do public affection. Also, I don't want anyone to see me here. We were in a bar, not a courthouse. Yes, yes, I totally hear you. Honestly, at this point, the date should be over, but I get it. It's hard to be like, okay, you know what, this is not gonna work. Bye, Felicia. Um, I ask, "Are you out?" He goes, "I mean," and then he does this thing where he says a lot of words that mean nothing. "I'm private. I'm not into the scene. I don't owe anyone my story." Which, sure, true. But also, why are you on Grindr asking for something real if you are allergic to being perceived or being seen? Then it gets worse. Worse than this, honestly, honey, leave. Leave the table, the cafe, the bar, bar, it's a bar. Leave the bar right now. He says, "I've had a rough week. I could really use something easy tonight." And I swear to you, Lene, he follows it with no expectations, just vibes. Wow. Wow. Like, honestly, anonymous um, listener, please, like, what are you doing? Like, I know I shouldn't judge, but I'm judging right now. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm kidding. Sorry, I'm kidding. But, like, I mean, of course, it can be awkward in a situation like that. Um, At this point, my body is screaming. Like my stomach drops, my shoulders go tight, my brain is trying to negotiate with reality. Makes sense. I say, "I'm not looking for easy. If easy means I disappear when you're done." Yeah, like, so I'm not looking for easy if easy means I disappear when you're done. He smiles and says, "You are intense." No, he did not say that. This is I'm frustrated. Again, after reading it for the second time, I'm frustrated. Um, and that's when I realized he wasn't looking for a date, he was looking for a service. So I did something I'm proud of. I didn't argue, I didn't convince, I didn't audition. I said, "I don't think we're a match." He goes, "Wow, okay, I thought you were chill." And I said, "I am chill. I'm just not available for confusion." I left, I walked home, and I felt that mix of relief and sadness because part of me wanted it to work, not because he was amazing, but because I wanted the hope to be right. 10 minutes later, he messages, "You up?" I blocked him. Okay, so good for you. Round of applause for this person. You did the right thing, actually. Probably better than I would have even like done it myself. I would have maybe left mid-conversation, been like, "Hey, I don't mean to be mean or rude, but I feel like this conversation is going nowhere. I'm here for something serious. I'm not here to play games. And you said you also don't like to play games, but what we're doing now sounds more like a game than being serious. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate your, or like not appreciate, but like I understand your like your whatever you're going through, and like, or I would like to understand what you're going through, and I would and people have different expectations and goals out of dating, but next time I hope you are more honest um on your profile before you plan a date with somebody else. And yeah, wish you a good day and bye bye. So being still nice and kind, but like cutting it short, you know? But I think it's good to still like give it a chance, like see what this person has. Because I mean, like I guess this is from like an external, like as a like yeah, like an external observer to the situation that I would do that. But probably if I was in the same situation, then you always have this like in your head, like, okay, let me make sure that this person is not a match before I leave. Like, so, you know, no regrets left, like nothing to regret. So you did it great. I'm really proud of whoever you are. And this is a really good example of how to handle a situation like that, actually. Um, so like few nuggets to share. So first of all, being chill, like this chill thing, it's not a personality trait. It is usually a strategy. Like from my experience, from my clients' experiences, like chill is usually like, yeah, like a one night stand date, you know, like whatever there's like a chill on the profile, like no matter where, even if it says like let's get married tomorrow, but let's keep everything chill, block. Or I mean block only if you're not looking for something chill, chill, like something casual or just one night stand, right? I mean, like to be honest, like even with a one night stand, of course, like most of the time we cannot really also be super picky with our one night stands when it comes to communication styles, because we're not gonna like get into a relationship with them. But like someone who doesn't know how to say what they want straightforward, even like a casual hookup could be so dramatic and so complicated and gets messy so fast. Like, you know, especially if you're a person who likes to do like one night stands and hookups from time to time, but like also open to something more real and serious, you know, then these people who say chill, but they don't actually mean it, um, they give you false hopes and false like signals, and things get messy really fast. So please be careful. So when they say like no drama, chill vibes only, sometimes what they're really saying, please don't have needs that inconvenience me, you know, like just yeah, and even maybe even the hookup with them like won't be so great, you know, because they won't really attune to your needs. Like they won't really like be there to please you also. Like they would just be like, okay, they show up, they please themselves, and they leave, and they leave you behind thinking like, you know, I could have done that by myself too. Stuff like that, you know? So, like, depending on what you want and what your goals and who you are and your expectations and like your openness to something serious or like not, then it depends. I would say another like thing to notice on from this story is like how like the body notices before the brain admits it, right? Like this intense, like this stomach drop, this like tight shoulders, this like maybe increased heart rates. These are information. This is not like just you overthinking. It's like your nervous system is really clocking misalignment. And then the third one I would share would be like the word same. You know, when someone says same, but then followed by like 100 disclaimers, it's not same. Like then they're really trying to trick you into hearing what you want to hear, but just to like, you know, get in your pants, but they don't really mean it, like it's just a trick. So if someone says they want something real, but then it immediately lists all these like conditions and all the ways they can't show up, believe the list, don't believe the same, you know? And like, you know, this thing like I don't want to be seen here, or like you know, so like privacy is like I move slowly, I'm careful, I'm honest about where I am. Secrecy is like I want access to you, but I don't want to be seen with you. That's like the difference, you know? Like, I mean, it's okay. I'm not also judging people who are not out. Like, please don't get me wrong. I receive sometimes messages saying like, oh, you're like generalizing about everyone, but I'm not. Like, I'm just talking, whenever I'm talking, I always talk about like specific situations, like, because of course I cannot include every single person because not everyone is going through the same experiences and same patterns or same dates, right? So for this moment, like, even if you're not out, of course, it can be hard to know what you want. Like, if you're not out, you're still figuring it out. You want to date, you want to go out on dates, you want to have some hookups, you still want to keep everything a secret. Um, that's fair, like this is very fair. Like, take your time because coming out can be challenging and you can only do it like on your own terms and at your own pace. So, but be honest, like try to be, if you're listening to this, like just be honest, just say, hey, I'm not out. Can we meet at my place? Because I don't want to be seen outside and I cannot do something serious. I'm just exploring right now. Or I'm not sure if I'm open. Like, be as honest as possible. Even if you're not sure whether you're open to something serious or not, just be honest about it. And whenever you give like false signals, like try to always revise like what signals I gave. Because I mean, of course, it's never a guarantee that you will never ever hurt somebody else. I mean, probably we all did, like we all did and will do hurt others by our like imperfect communications or inconsistency, and this is normal. But trying to be aware as much as possible, as many times as possible, to avoid getting people hurt is great. Just be kind with yourself and be honest with yourself in the first place. The your intense label is often a dodge. So people call you intense when you name reality. So it's a way to make your clarity look like a problem. So yeah, this is like if somebody tells you you're intense, actually be happy, because life can be intense. Love can be intense. Like anything real can be intense. I mean, it doesn't have to be intense all the time, but if you're intense, I mean, of course, like not coming from everyone, but if the word intense comes out from people like that, then be happy about it. It's actually a compliment. Say thank you for the compliment. Um, Intense means that like you know what you want. Intense could mean that you're not accepting anything less than what your heart desires, than what you value yourself, than your worth. You're not setting the bar super low. So good for you in this case. Um, the win isn't making it work, it's leaving sooner. So you have won, like of course it's disappointing if you're excited and then you show up to this date and you're like, hey, this could be the one. And then you show up and then they tell you like, oh, you're intense and I thought you're chill and are you gonna cause any drama? But you know what? Emotional safety, being like, this is a huge win. It's not a small one, it's a huge win. You chose yourself in this case, and this is what matters, choosing yourself. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the story. And yeah, I will try to keep this short. I hope it wasn't too long. And like, just to recap, kind of like, if you needed a sign to stop translating mixed signals into potential, this is it. Like, never like doubt your intuition. Like it's 99% of the time is correct. So yeah, maybe that 1% can be wrong and you make a mistake, but you learn from it. And not every, like you cannot make every chance or every experience you go through or every signal, you cannot then focus on the 1% and ignore the 99%. Like be aware of like what your body is telling you, your mind. And I repeat, I think last episode I talked about something similar. Always one big tip for people who struggle with overthinking to like know whether these signals or like whatever you're feeling or thinking is intuition or overthinking. Give it some time. It will be clear later. So overthinking fades away, intuition gets like amplified. So give it 1, 2, 3, 4 days a week and you will know the answer. If it stays there, then it's most likely intuition, and listen to your intuition. So, as I said, if you've got a dating story you want me to read on the show, whether it's funny, messy, painful, or all the three combined, send it in. And if this episode hits a nerve, share it with friends, who keep saying, it's fine, it doesn't matter. Maybe I should be more chill. Maybe I am intense. Maybe I'm asking for too much. Babe, it matters. It always matters. Like, what if you feel what you want? It matters too. So, thank you for listening to another episode of Ghosted, Gagged, and Gay. I'm looking forward to receiving your submissions. And if you want to work with me or explore the potential of working with me, please book a free clarity call on my website. And I'm always happy to connect and just get to know each other. Like it doesn't have to turn into work. I made friends through calls like that. Um, so you're always welcome to book a call with me to explore the options. And even on my website, it shows that I have this 10-week program, but actually I'm restructuring my programs and I haven't just made it like public yet, but book a call with me and I will let you know um, about some also exclusive offers. So until then, until next time, please be kind to yourself. Choose yourself all the time, not in a like narcissistic way, but more like, if you face a situation like that and you're facing two choices, lower my like self-worth or choose myself, go with choosing yourself all the time. So love you all, and I see you next time, next week, with another episode. Bye bye.